Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna actually try to make it kind of fast because I have to go to work in a couple minutes. So hopefully I can speed through this as fast as possible. Just doing, the face. Go ahead and grab your makeup, and if it's that time of day, grab some wine too. And once you get that, we can go ahead and get started. But first, go ahead and press that subscribe button down below and subscribe to my channel. Trying to keep the voice because it's early and I'm tired and I just woke up. So let's go ahead and start the video. For primer, I am going to be using the Farsali Skin Tune Blur Perfecting Serum. So who's heard anything about this situation of people to grocery stores or anywhere that sells it, to be honest, that sells ice cream, like, the pints or quarts, whatever the hell they are, of ice cream, and people are opening it, licking it, and then putting it back on the shelf. Ew. I'm sincerely hoping that these people are literally lying in these videos, like they're putting it back on the shelf and like walking away in these videos. So now I'm going to be taking the Fenty Beauty foundation. I hope they're kind of like just walking away in the video, but in like real life they're just like right after the video's done being recorded, they're going back to buying said ice cream because that's disgusting. I don't know about y'all, but I think that's nasty to lick food that somebody else is gonna have and you just put it away. Like, that's disgusting. And according to the police, they're saying that it's actually a felony, which please be one, and please charge these people, because that's absolutely disgusting to like put your nasty ass germs and cooties on this ice cream that somebody else, like, that's disgusting. Like, you don't do that. You don't put your germs on shit. You don't. So now I'm moving into concealer. You know what it is, Fenty Beauty again. Another issue that I would like to make note on. So this past weekend I was at Pride in San Francisco, California, which was super fun. It was my first time at Pride, believe it or not. And something that really like caught my attention that happened. So if you could see by the if you noticed in the thumbnail what I was wearing, and those of you that don't like follow me on Instagram and stuff like that, my outfit was pretty revealing. And so at one point, oh, this is Fenty Beauty Matchsticks in Mocha for contour. At one point during Pride, towards the end I would say, there was like a guy following me, and super creepy. He was like following me and like making a bunch of like sexual comments about me and like recording me on his phone, like just walking behind me doing this. Kind of gross, kind of creepy. And like I asked him to stop several times and he just like wouldn't, and I wouldn't be able to tell you if he was like under the influence or not, because I was trying not to make like eye contact with him or like really interact with him too much. And I also wasn't trying to cause a scene because like a lot of people were there, and I wasn't trying to be like in the middle of it and like have a bunch of people like looking at me and stuff like that. It was very uncomfortable. Like, thankfully I had my two friends with me, or three. No, there was three of us, my bad. There was four of us in total, so three of my friends. When that was happening, it just made me like really think, and like I get, like I've always noticed it. I've always like spoke up about it, about how like women feel uncomfortable when men engage them like that, and I literally felt like helpless. That was like literally me. Now, I'm not trying to compare myself to every situation a woman has gone through, but it's definitely situations worth noting, and definitely scary. Like, I didn't know what he was going to do, so that's another reason why I didn't properly like fight or say anything against this man, because I didn't know what he was capable of. I didn't know what his intentions were. I didn't even know what the hell he was recording me for. I just knew he was making a bunch of comments about me, like aggressively sexual comments. It made me very uncomfortable and like very like scared. So like I was just trying to keep it quiet, keep it, that it's kind of weird to talk about as is now. So yeah, that really like opened my eyes to things that, now I'm not saying I'm one of them, to like things celebrities endure, and even just women in general endure, is that men using their like power against them. And like I know I'm a guy too, obviously, but like it was still very creepy. So yeah, it really like opens up my eyes and shows me like holy shit, like it's because it was the first time that ever happened to me. So like now I have first-hand experience, and again, I'm not like negating anything a woman has ever said. I'm not saying, you know, oh, women were wrong and oh, they're exaggerating and oh, now that I felt it, it's an issue. Like no, it's an ongoing issue, and I've talked about it many a times in my life. People need to stop being creepy and don't record people without consent. Like had the guy asked, I probably would have been like okay with it, but like, you know, he didn't ask, and it was super super creepy. Thank you to my friends for being there. Don't know what I would have done if y'all weren't. Again, who knows what this man would have done to me, or who knows what the hell he's gonna do with that video he has of me just walking by. And like, when I say he was recording me up close, I don't mean like he zoomed in or whatever, because obviously then I wouldn't have been able to notice him. But like, he legitimately walked right behind me and had his phone like under me, and was like saying things and stuff. It was super uncomfortable, super like what the hell is going on. So yeah, you know, let's all be respectful of each other and not record one another without consent. You know, let's be nice, let's play nice and respect each other's privacy. But onto the conversation of pride. Those of you that don't know, gay pride is, as you know, the entire month of June. Not as you know, but the entire month of June is gay pride. You know, Pride Month, which is to celebrate those in the LGBTQ plus community. And it's really just a time for like us to be ourselves in a way and to kind of like educate people. And I know there's lots of people who are like, oh, gay pride shouldn't exist because, you know, blah blah blah, straight pride, you know, where's straight pride and da 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 da. Like I've mentioned in a previous video, there was no pride in being straight. There really isn't. Again, you could be grateful, but like taking classes in certain fields really matters. Really educating yourself on what means what. And those of you that know, there's essentially nothing prideful about being straight. You can be grateful, please, like by all means, you can be grateful for being straight. You can be happy that you're straight. That's 100% fine. No one is judging you, I guarantee you. And also, straight people are very worried about what gay people do in their free time. Just pointing that out. Pride parades are like, you know, these huge parades in cities that are like expressing sexuality, not in like a gross way. It's family friendly, so like you can go to a pride parade and not expect like people to be doing it, which would be absolutely disgusting in a family setting. So moving on to eyes, I'm taking the Maybelline, I think this is Maybelline Fit Me Concealer to prime the lid. And then a neat little trick that I've picked up on by practicing and speaking to other makeup wearers and watching their YouTube videos is taking a translucent powder to set your primed eye so that creasing doesn't happen. So, makeup tip of the day, apply a small layer of translucent powder right on top of your eye base to set it and lock it in. Today's palette of choice is the ABH Riviera palette, and I'm doing something I'm recording this on Independence Day, so I should do something like red, white, and blue, but I don't care, I'm not going to. So I'm actually going to take a large blending brush and then take this first color, Monte Carlo, and make that kind of like the base color of my eyes. Remember student loan forgiveness? A lot of people were very upset at the idea that people want their that people might be getting their student loans paid off like early or like just completely canceled, because why should somebody who's 21 or 19 years old be like almost $1 million in debt before even having like a solid career? And when that conversation like sparked, a lot of people were like, a lot of like the older generation was against it. I can kind of see it. You spent a long time paying off debts, so why should somebody else? But also the point of view that I see more is, why should I suffer because you did? You know what I mean? Why should I suffer because you did? Like, yeah, I get it. I went into college and had to take out a loan, and it's literally my fault, yada, yada, yada. But first of all, college shouldn't even be that expensive in the first place. It's ridiculous how much money it costs to attend university, which nowadays you like need. So for it to cost so freaking much, now I'm going to be jumping into the color canes and making that like a crease color, just to kind of deepen and give length or depth to the eyes. I get, you struggled and you had to take 70 years of your life to pay off a debt, and I get it, it sucks. However, I view a lot of life as, why should I make the next generation suffer just because I did? Just because I was upset, or just because I had to pay large sums of money for stuff or whatever, I should try to make it easier for like my kids and my kids' kids and stuff like that. So to sit here and say that the younger generation shouldn't have their debts paid off and not be stuck in, $250,000 of debt by the time they're 18, to me, I can't stand in the light of being like against it being paid off, because I already don't think that university should be as expensive as it is already. I think the goal of the older generations is to make things for younger generations easier. We shouldn't be trying to cripple people. We shouldn't be taking advantage of these young people who are, more than often first generation college students, meaning they're the first in their family to be attending university. So there's a lot of pressure with that, and like there's a lot of things they don't know about, and I feel like taking advantage is just a horrible thing. So to put them in huge amounts of debts that's going to take them like all of their lives to pay off is absolutely criminal. It's criminal and it's evil, and it's just flat out horrible to do this to people. So now I'm going to take like a kind of small flattish brush and then go into Palermo. Or no, actually, you know what? I'm going to take a small tapered blending brush by Morphe. I forgot the number of it. Go into Bahamas and put that more in, like pretty much right on top of the dark purple I just did. Make it just a little bit more of a vibrant purple. So yes, to wrap up that conversation, student loan forgiveness should be implemented, and I think student loans should be eradicated, and that universities should not be as expensive as they are. I feel like a lot of times, especially because like with university, you pay tuition, but like you still have to pay for other stuff. You have to pay for room and board, you have to pay for your books, obviously. So I guess the books is fine, whatever, it's class materials. Take that part back. Like, you have to pay for parking at said university. Like, why am I paying to park at a university that I attend? You know what I mean? And so that kind of like hinders more of the less fortunate, financially less fortunate side of university students, because now they have to park further away, which all the time doesn't even guarantee they'll get to class on time, which could mean that they're going to get taken out of those classes and forced to drop out, and boom, you just lost, hella students. Like I said previously, going ahead with Palermo, and I'm going to be putting that in the inner like half, or like putting that on my lid pretty much. Smaller tapered brush. Gonna go back into canes and just kind of go around what we just did. Taking an angled brush, gonna go ahead and jump into this blue color right here and make that kind of like a liner on top. Taking a very small kind of brush, just gonna go ahead and jump into Monte Carlo and Kinds and kind of mix them and blend that under the eye. And so now that that part's done, to kind of give the eyes a little bit more of a vivacious kind of thing, gonna take our pinky and jump into this Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlighter in 7-Day Weekend and Poolside. And we're gonna take 7-Day Weekend on our finger and put that on the inner like lid section to kind of give this a little bit more of a shine. Just a little bit, not too much to be overpowering. And then going with a very small tipped brush, gonna go ahead and actually make 7-Day Weekend the inner corner highlight color. And then going back into our angled brush, gonna take Poolside and pop that right on the ends of that wing we did earlier. And if you feel like you need to do it, go right back in, because I know I do. Go right back into that blue and this and put that right in the beginning to kind of draw it out more again. So now it's time to just put some mascara on. I don't know what time it is. Time to go put some mascara on. Now for bronzer, I'm going to be using the Milani baked bronzer. Just gonna do a quick little layer of bronzer because I need to leave. No blush today, so yikes. And then taking the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats Diamond Veil, and I'm going to be using that as a highlight. Now that we are done with the face, go ahead and set everything in place. I'm using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So just throwing on a quick gloss and just calling it a day. Quick clear gloss. And this is the final look. So thank you guys for joining me for today's video. I need to head to work. I could be late, who knows? I like to gamble. If you like this video, I'm gonna ask you again to go ahead and like it and subscribe to the channel just to help your boy out. So yeah. Stay tuned until next time. I'm never really good at outros. Stay tuned until the next video, and I don't know, we'll talk about some other stuff. So, peace.